A huge sense of relief indeed. So what happens next now that the boys and their coach are safe? That may be the hardest part moving forward. They will no doubt need psychological counseling. Joining me more on that is clinical psychologist Ashley Burges. Ashley, it seems the immediate focus is going to be on physical rehabilitation, but surely the emotional recovery after an ordeal like that is equally important.
Very true. The emotional recovery is just as important because what we go through as a child is relevant throughout our entire life. And what these kids have seen and what they've gone through will impact their entire life, and how it impacts them directly relates to the therapy that they get now, as well as the help that they get to connect with one another and to be able to go through the pain and be able to talk about it and move on.
You know, at the school where these kids go, a lot of the fellow students were told when the kids come back, don't ask them anything about this ordeal, about what they've endured, about their experience in that flooded cave. Is that a good or a bad idea in your opinion?
I think it's kind of a bad idea. I feel that we need to focus and allow them to talk about it. I think they need to talk about what happened. I think they need to talk about the feelings, about the fear, about the impact, because I think when we talk about things, it allows us to get it out, it allows us to overcome it, and then eventually it allows us to heal.
And what about the parents in this story? Surely, if one of these boys was my child, I don't know if I would ever let him out of my sight.
I agree with you. I mean, I would definitely become a helicopter parent after this. I think the parents also will need to actually seek treatment as well, because they will probably be dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder. Because think about that. You let your kids go, and then the next thing you know, you can't even see them, and they've been gone in a cave for days. I think the parents, especially the mothers, are going to be impacted and will need to seek therapy as well to be able to let go of this feeling and this stress and this anxiety and allow their kids to live their own life as well.
And what about the coach that was stuck and trapped in that cave with the kids and the parents? How can they help these children get back to a life of normalcy once they leave the hospital? And I'm guessing the question is more about the parents who will live with these children again.
I think the best thing for the parents to do is to really have a conversation with their kids, to really sit down, to really spend some quality time with the family, to go on some outings, to get out in nature, because we don't want to get them scared of getting back into that situation. We don't want them to be impacted that way. And I think mom and dad or the grandparents who are raising these children need to really allow the kids to speak and really encourage them to talk about their experience and to talk about their feelings, because when we hold it inside, we end up having adverse effects, right? And it ends up creating a problem in our later on life into our adult life.
And you know, these kids are awfully resilient, you know, between the ages of 11 and 14, I believe. Do you think this experience will have an adverse effect on them in their adulthood?
You know, I thought about it, and I really feel that it might not, because of the fact that all students were able to get out with, alive, as well as the coach was alive as well. We did have a casualty, which was a very sad situation, but I do feel overall it was a positive situation in the fact that most lives were saved and that they were able to come out as an entire unit together, and I think that will help to impact more in a positive way than in a negative way.
All right, Ashley Burges, thank you so much.